Those who regularly watch my videos may have noticed that my output has more or less halted for the past few weeks, and for that I apologise, but I have been really struggling, so I thought I would provide an explanation why through a song that gets put on repeat whenever I'm going through a phase like this, and that song is Demons by The National. When I first heard this song, it scared me. It scared me because I don't think I've ever related to a song so directly, so exactly, lyric by lyric. It's not like some of my other favourite songs like The Wit of the Staircase, Bittersweet Hatching Mayflies, Citizen Race, Running Up That Hill, Gibbs' Pagan Poetry, and many others where I feel the lyrics of the song, but there is a level of interpretation needed which allows me to explore different meanings and find one that resonates strongly with me. Demons, on the other hand, feels like a song where it's grabbing me by the throat and holding me up against the ceiling, and it's telling me this is what your life is. You can't hide from this. For a bit of context, there are certain things that you should know about me. I'm a youngish man, 23 years old, and sometimes I have dreams and aspirations. I love composing music and would one day love to release an album that people like. I have ideas for novels as well, and two first drafts written. I would love to be able to polish them into engaging and meaningful novels that people would find value in. I love talking about music, and although I might find it difficult to find energy to regularly upload onto this channel, it's something I absolutely want to do. I think that's why the opening lyrics of Demons grab me so immediately. When I think of you in the city, the sight of you among the sights, I get this sudden sinking feeling of a man about to fly. These lyrics make me think about my ideal life, about me actually living out my dreams and being a musician and an author, but it's tainted by this sudden sinking feeling, and it's something I get every time I think about the idea of me being successful. It's probably never going to happen because of what it would mean to put myself out there. Because I know what goes into being a public figure, the amount of time you have to go about promoting your work, meeting people, doing shows or conventions. The truth is that I am a deeply unpleasant person to be around. I am physically ugly. I know this from years of bullying at school and owning a mirror, and people don't generally choose to be around me. My personality is somewhat niche, and I'm unable to hold conversations with average people. There is very little reason for me to exist socially, which is why music, both playing and listening, has been such a haven for me. Something that very quickly developed into a passion. I think in part that's the reason why I like the idea of pleasing people with art. It's because of my inability to please people socially. I could release my art anonymously, but that's just a surefire way of making sure it gets to as fewer people as possible, and it'll end up probably being not that valuable. I think that helps explain why the following lyrics in the first verse resonate so strongly with me. I am secretly in love with everyone that I grew up with. I seem to remember a time before I was about 11 years old when things were okay. I didn't have a dark cloud over my shoulder, a constant reminder of how subpar I am. I sometimes romanticize how I felt as a kid. I wish I could kind of regress into a small child and not have to worry about being an adult and how I'm going to stop the black cloud from becoming my entire life. The lyrics of Demons continue. I do my crying underwater. I can't get down any further. It's become the crux of me. I wish that I could rise above it, but I stay down with my demons. I had no choice but to do my crying underwater growing up. I will spare all the details, but I didn't have anyone that I could turn to. I tried telling some people that things were wrong, but it was met with either dismissal or even hostility. With one person, they shouted me down, which was a real turning point for me. I learnt that it was a whole lot less painful to not tell anyone anything. I realise now that that was just how I was conditioned, but even today I find talking about it not necessarily helpful because it doesn't fix the underlying aesthetic and personality problems with me. And I don't think it's fair to burden and trap people with listening to my problems when it's not going to be beneficial to me, so I stay down with my demons. It's simply my best option. The opening lyrics to the second verse particularly resonate with me. Passing buzzards in the sky, alligators in the sewers. If I don't have the ability to bring fulfillment to either my own life or anyone else's, then I don't really see the logical point of me being alive. Ever since I was a teenager, there have been buzzards keeping a watch on me, just waiting for when it'll happen. And then right next to it we have alligators in the sewers, which I see as my plausible but ultimately, I think, irrational fear of people. The theme of regressing into a childlike state of mind continues with the lyrics. I don't even wonder why I hide among the younger viewers. I huddle with them all night long. The worried talk to God goes on. I sincerely try to love it. I wish that I could rise above it, but I stay down with my demons. I've tried religion, but that hasn't helped. I've tried escapism, and that often that can only numb the feelings I get. It's just grasping onto what you can to distract or absolve you from your real issues, but reality always eventually rears its very ugly head. But if anything, it's the bridge in Demons that decides it's going to punch me right in the gut. It starts off describing the exhaustion and resignation that comes with the demons. Can I stay here? I can sleep on the floor, paint the blood and hang the palms on the door. Don't think I'm going places anymore. But again, the demons continue to be inescapable as the lyrics continue. The less I look, the more I see the pythons in the limbs. Because the problem isn't the outside world, the problem has always been me. My body, my choices, my withdrawals, my interactions are being dictated by snakes within my own body who claim to act in my interest, but simultaneously make my life miserable in doing so. It's such powerful imagery to me. And then comes the final lyric in the bridge, but when I walk into a room, I do not light it up. Fuck. I think to people who have never had a problem socialising, who have never had a problem being popular or just having friends, this lyric will come across as a bit weird, but I have tried so hard to be nice, to be funny, to be likeable, to be companionable, only to be met with people finding me awkward and weird, and just the futility of trying and failing just brings the buzzards even closer. So again, I stay down with my demons, where I belong.